I thought, they're Xavier makes some tough shots. They are really hard to guard. I think this is an Illinois team who saw that much better defense than they have, in the past. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the biggest key for them is that they have, when they have bite and when they're guarding, they are much more difficult. And I think that, some of us when they make shots, they play better defense, but also even from the start when they missed a couple shots, you could see they were locked in. And then, you get in the second half and you got Will Riley just, he went nuts. And, KJ's 1 rebound shy of a triple double. I mean, but I thought, I think Ked was talking about this before. Kylan Boswell was just fantastic defensively. I mean, this dude just did such a great job. And then the other thing is, he hits some open shots as well. And, Ivasic, his spacing just really is a game changer. And they got great minutes out of Morez Johnson. So, I thought all 6 guys, even Trey White, he played 25, whatever minute, 25, 26 minutes. But I thought he was very good in those minutes. There was a couple of, you're always going to have a couple plays. You're like, I wish I hadn't done that. But overall, that's a really good performance against a Xavier team that's really old and a team that can really just shoot the heck out of the ball. And they did a great job in the second half of keeping them from getting looks from 3. They made it really hard on them for their shooters to get looks and force them to, shoot 2s, and it definitely changed the game.
Agree.
So, any thoughts then? We talked about Will Riley. What was that like watching him just literally do big shot, big play after big play in that second half?
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, the thing is though, when he took those shots, I was sitting courtside just across from the Illinois bench, and I thought he was just every time he shot it, it was like it was going in. I mean, I knew it was going in. I mean, it came off his hand and was going in, and he knew it too. So he just got in the zone, and when a guy gets in the zone like that, sometimes you just can't stop him. But he has really Underwood said post game, they call him slippery. And he really is, because he's not like blow by quickness. He's not got crazy hops or anything like that. He just is good, and he has a great feel. They run those high ball screens, and then when you have a guy like Ivasic who is pick and pop, Will gets there, and that guy, the minute he hesitates, that guy jumps out to that 5-man, and he's got the angle, and he's just going right to the rim. And what do you have? I think he had 2 dunks that counted, and one they called it out of bounds on, and it seemed like what do you have, about 5 dunks all year? And then tonight here he is, NCAA tournament. He's just getting to the rim, and it was really impressive against. This game was really physical. Talked to Brad a little bit about that after the game, Underwood, and we talked about it. It's like, remember at the beginning of the year they played an Ole Miss team that was really physical. Now you see a team here, and it shows the maturation, the development, and it's not just physical. Like, they're stronger. They've worked out. They've gotten bigger. But it's also mental and learning how to do it. I think that's huge, just learning how to play with, against the contact and through the contact. And I think that's just one of the biggest things that we probably don't talk about enough is the development they've made in that area.
And I think playing in the conference that we play in helps us a lot. Playing in that Big Ten conference, you're going up against that physicality, and it's getting you mentally stronger. So if you do run up against the biggest team and a Big East team in the tournament, you're prepared for it, because the one thing I've known about the Big East when I was playing is that they're a physical brand of basketball similar to the Big Ten. And you get all of that playing against Michigan State, playing against all of those teams. It mentally prepares you, because you're going to finna go through a war. Big East going to bring it. And so I think Illinois had a lot of practice, a lot of physical preparation that they can lean in to playing against Michigan State when you're going to go up against a physical Big East team.
Yeah, Big Ten goes 8-0 in the first round and set a record. That's obviously a conference that's probably hasn't been hyped up as much as they should have been. Obviously, a really good league.
2 more.
Brad, do you know what the SEC is right now? Do you have any idea?
I don't. I haven't been able to. I haven't really checked, to be honest. They've lost. I know they've lost at least 5 games or something. So
it was 3 yesterday. Okay, I was just curious if you knew top of your head.
No, not without looking. yeah, it's been impressive what the Big Ten's done, and not many of these games. The Michigan game, Michigan had a big lead, and then UC San Diego came down. It was close to the end, but most of these games really weren't that close. I mean, Illinois wins by double figures. I thought they were one of those wide open threes missed when they were up 17 twice. They missed wide open threes from really blowing the doors off, and so yeah, but really impressive performance. I mean, they got some. This is a team that really has an opportunity on Sunday, and I'll tell you this: they do like the matchup against Kentucky. They feel like Kentucky is a team that they can compete with. They know they're very athletic, but they feel like they have an opportunity to do some things defensively and offensively to them, that where they can have a chance to win. Now, you still got to make shots and you still got to do all the little things, but they feel like they have for a 3 seed. I think they got a team that they feel like they can match up with about as well as any other 3 seed.
Yep, I agree.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yep.
Any other comments, Brad? I know you're trying to go from getting to from the stadium to the hotel. Anything else?
Actually, I'm still in the arena. I haven't even got out of the arena yet. Just left the locker room, and so I'm in the arena. No, I would say talking to players after the game, I mean that's one thing that they were really excited. Will Riley said it was more exciting than he ever imagined it was going to be. I don't know if Tommy gets very excited very often, but he was pretty fired up. But Kylan Boswell again, talking about his leadership and the things that he did to really help this team as they battled through it. He mentioned when they lost to Duke, they came out and went on a 4-game win streak. Started playing a lot better, and now they lose to Maryland, and this is game 1. If you go on a 4-game win streak now, you're playing in San Antonio in a couple weeks. So now that's just about every game's a new matchup. Every game's a new. Brad talked about this post game. Every game's a different opponent and a different setting. So you have to figure out a way to they're going to have to tomorrow. They're going to scout Kentucky. I will tell you that I got to see a little bit of their scouting on Kentucky, and they're going to have a good game plan for them, and so. And now it's just a matter of they got to execute it though, and if you get an open shot, you got to knock it down, and you get an opportunity to make a play defensively. I mean, you got to make a play, and I thought you saw that at the end of the game. It was Riley's 3, but then KJ backs it up right there with that pick 2, and those are just game-changing plays. It went from 8 to 13 in no time at all, and that's what you have to do in March, because these teams aren't going away. I mean, they're playing for their lives, and they know they're playing for their lives, so. You got to bring it for 40 minutes, and you're going to have ups and downs. And I know fans, you watch them they kind of lose their minds when why are they coming back? Well, because their team wants to win too. They forget that sometimes, So yeah, it's all part of the process. But yeah, they're in a good place. They just they just put by the way, they just put the new stickers that say second round on the floor, so that's good. So I guess that means that they're ready to. We're ready to roll for Sunday.
No, that's awesome, and just for people that Chris Short put in there, Big Ten's 8-0, the WCC is 2-0, Big 12 is 6-1, with Kansas being the only team that face flopped. Big East is 4-2, SEC 8-6, Mountain West 2-2, and ACC 2-3.
Yeah, there's only one ACC team left, right?
Yeah.
Just Duke.
Yep.
Who won the Oklahoma UConn game?
UConn.
UConn did. I didn't see the end of that one. I was a little busy, but no. So
yeah,
no, it's
Fears
good.
Played well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he looked good. See you guys. Deion Thomas walking by here. Scott Beatty too, and Brian Barnhart. Don't want to leave anybody out here. So there you go.
Tell Brian, Deion, and Scott hi. We're big fans.
That's right.
I'm gonna text Dean and tell him, hey man, where my hotel room at so I can get down there on Sunday.
Yeah, no, it's just that's a really, really good. Good Xavier team. They run great stuff offensively. I'm really impressed with what they do offensively and how they shoot the ball. And so Illinois had to really step up for this one.
What's the odds of Sean Miller finding other employment, Brad? Is there any word on that?
He literally just walked by as I was talking about Xavier. So, yeah, I would say he's on his way to Austin, Texas. No, I don't know that. I mean, but it does sound that way. I mean, there's a lot of buzz about that happening, and I think he would be a fantastic hire for them if they
Well,
were
we
able
have
to
panicky.
get
We
that
have
done.
panicky people, Brad, on who have been messaging that, the Texas boards are talking all about Underwood. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to make you aware.
Well, and that's fine, but it's funny because I think after the Maryland game, everybody wanted him to go to Texas, so now he's okay. I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Oh, it's game to game. It's game to game. Where's Underwood originally from?
Kansas.
Yeah.
But his coaching career started in Illinois, right?
Nope. His big coaching career, he was in junior college.
Illinois.
He was in junior college, and then he eventually got his big start at Stephen F. Austin.
I think his
Brad was
original
at Western.
coaching.
Western first before
Yep.
Stephen F.
He was
Austin.
at Western Illinois. Yep.
Western.
Yeah,
That's right,
Western. Yeah.
I think his original coaching, his first coaching job was teaching kids how to rock fight in a parking lot of Pizza Hut, and that led to
Everybody
him
has a
going
role.
into basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he and yeah, he's been all over. He was, obviously assistant at Kansas State when they had, with Michael Beasley and then he's been at JUCO level, and I mean, you think of Brad Underwood's one of those guys. What a grinder! When you think about a guy who years ago, and he loves to tell the story how he had to decide whether he was going to buy food or put gas in his car so he could drive to practice at the JUCO level, and his AD had to basically give him gas money to get to practice. I mean, and now he's doing a little bit better financially than he was back then. So yeah, it just shows you it's a grind, and it's one of those things. So he's a guy who's really put in the time.
Perfect. All right, let's go around the horn. We're hitting the hour mark, and I know that we tend to fatigue our fans and ourselves at this point, but let's go around the horn. We'll let Ked, what are your closing thoughts here? I want to wait till you start coughing before I was going to ask you something. But what are your closing thoughts here after this opening win in the 2025 NCAA tournament for the Illini?
I was impressed. I was worried, like everyone else probably was. It's win or survive at this point. No matter who you play, everybody in the tournament is good. That's why they're in the NCAA tournament. I don't want to harp on the past because the past is the past. However, I would really like to see Illinois follow up this shooting performance against Kentucky on Sunday. They're going to need that. When they played against Iowa in the Big Ten tournament, they shot well. Then when they played Maryland, they peed down their pants. I don't want to see that. The keys to beating Kentucky and everybody else: spread the floor, cut, make shots, get the ball to guys who can score. Somebody has to be special and different, And so, Emily, I'm kind of answering your questions for you, Emily Powell. Illinois has to make shots. And I know that is the most generic answer there is. But when they're making shots and making free throws, and they're going to defend because everybody's playing hard, they can beat anybody in the country. And I know, which I just put on Twitter, the spread is 1.5. That means it's a pick'em game, basically. So Illinois needs to stay out of foul trouble. If we can limit KJ's turnovers to 3, I'll accept 3. They can beat Kentucky.
Marcus?
I will give more of an X and O breakdown. The 3 keys, okay, we got to eliminate ball penetration. We cannot let Kentucky, they are long, they're athletic. We cannot let them sit in the front of the rim. We got to get out. I don't think, from what I saw a couple of times, they're not a great three-point shooting team. But if we can eliminate ball penetration, then we're going to be contesting a lot of those step-back threes, those 4-step threes that they're going to be shooting up. And then the last thing is continue to dominate on the glass. Eliminate ball penetration, contest open threes, dominate the glass. I think if we do those 3 things, because I think Kentucky is going to try to attack us off the dribble, because I think they're going to be looking for KJ. They're going to be looking at Tim. They're going to be trying to get those switches all the time on their guards, and they're going to be looking to attack them north and south. Let's keep them off the guards. Let's keep them out of the paint. Close out on the 3-point shooting, and let's continue to gain rebound like we're doing. I think we will be solid for the game.
And Mr. Sturdy, we're going to give you the final expert word.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you what I think, though. No, I do think one of the big keys, you mentioned rebounding. Kentucky had 0 offensive rebounds in the first half today against Troy. So this is a team that Illinois has to do a good job on the boards against. I think they can. They're athletic and they've got some size, but they're not quite as physical, maybe up front. So they can attack that. I think the other thing is, you mentioned, I think they have to take care of the basketball. You can't have as many turnovers. And I will say tonight, I'm going to defend KJ a little bit. I thought he got raked on about 3 of those turnovers where he just got grabbed on the arm. And so it's tough in that regard, but it's a physical game. So I think they got to not turn the ball over. And, Kid mentioned making shots. I think on the defensive end, I think the biggest thing is they're going to have to get back in transition in this one. I thought tonight, defensive, if there was one problem they had defensively, it was transition defense. They got to the rim way too easy in transition, and Kentucky's going to get to the rim. Odiga Owe is going to head ram and get to that basket in transition. But they have Kobe Brea, who's going to knock down threes. He's a tremendous shooter. If you let him get transition threes, it's going to be a long night. So those would be my 3 keys right now. I'll go down home and watch some film and break it down tomorrow and see what's going on before I preview. But that'd be my immediate thoughts.
Perfect. So we're going to go to a couple of commercials here, and then we will wrap things up for the night.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
Wait, there's more. Check your calendars. It's March Madness time again, and every game is a chance to cash in. From the first tip-off to the Final Four, every night promises high-stakes matchups, wild finishes, and big-time betting opportunities. Better yet, Bet and Get from MyBookie is back to sweeten the deal. Place a cash bet on March Madness and get a surprise reward. Whether it's free bets, cash back, bonus chips, you never know what's coming next. Whether it's a number 1 seed steamrolling or an underdog shocking the world, smart bettors know the real money is made one game at a time. Listen up, sign up now with code MM50, and you can boost your bankroll with a deposit bonus designed to make the most of your money. If you don't want a bonus, that's okay too. Just make sure you let them know that we sent you. Bet on every game, anytime, from anywhere, only with MyBookie. All right,
Look
folks.
at this. Oh, y'all can't see it? Oh, y'all
Not too close. Oh, there we are. All right, we see a 52 there.
Yes, a little kid that I know. Mom went to U of I with us. Her son has a 52 Illini Griffin jersey. Yes, the orange one.
I believe Ric Flair called that styling and profiling.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll here. I'm gonna roll here, and we're gonna ask you guys now. This is not something we're gonna hold you to, but early predictions for the Illinois Kentucky game. Ked, we'll go Ked, Marcus, Brad, and then we will call it a podcast.
Illinois 98, Kentucky 95.
Wow.
Ooh.
They're going to score. Griff, I've watched them play. Illinois is going to put some points up. Kentucky doesn't defend. And I'm telling you, Brad just mentioned it. They shoot that damn 3-ball in transition. If they're making shots, Illinois is going to score too. Kentucky can't stop anybody.
I was going to say 85-80 Illinois.
And Sturdy, if you want to unmute yourself, give us if you have a prediction. I'm putting Brad in a bad place because he hasn't had a chance to do his homework yet.
So I'm just worried I'm going to get mugged here. I would say I'm going to go with 85 to Marcus said 85-80, so I better change. I'll go 86-81. I think Illinois wins this one. I think it's a high-scoring game. I agree with Kev. It's going to be a little bit higher scoring. I don't know if it quite gets up 98, 95 because unless it goes into like double overtime or something. That would be kind of fun. But, I got to get home after that game, so Illinois can just win in regulation, and I'd be happy.
Yeah. I'm going to say Illinois wins this one 81-78. So we're all in unison with that. Folks, we are
By the way,
to
Ken Palm has Kentucky winning 85-84.
Okay.
So it's literally a pick'em game.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
That is perfect. So, folks, we will be back. We'll do the halftime show and the post-game show just like this on Sunday. So please do me a favor. If you see the tweets out there, please share them on social media so that other Illinois fans can join us and have some fun. We look forward to hearing from you folks again on Sunday. Until then, go Illini.